I'm a big fan of The Office, the television show, and it always makes me think of the party planning committee, you know, how they, I think that's the most you can really ask for at a company is the autonomy to really make a difference in the way that you think is going to be the most beneficial. Okay, so my name is Katie Schrack, and my title is Engineering Project Manager. I do a lot of things, so obviously some of it's project management, but I would say that's probably where I spend maybe 40 to 50% of my time. The other half of my time is spent actually doing engineering work, so supporting the engineering staff and their tasks, sometimes helping out with how to improve testing methodology, using some of my own background and experience in software development and trying to help improve on areas and how we do things. I've also helped a lot in the production area with trying to come up with a new production management app that helps us track serial numbers and different components that we get in from suppliers. So I've been working on kind of all different things, which has been really fun. Okay, so I guess the whole PNT industry is new for me. So I would say I've only been here for about 10 months. And in that time period, the biggest thing that I've noticed is the GNSS executive order of actually having more resilient and secure clocks and PNT solutions. So that's something that I've seen really cascade down into some of the projects that I'm actually working on. So I would say always having like not just plan A, a plan B, C, D, kind of knowing how to react when different things arise and always having a way to ensure continuity. So I guess I'm quite the planner, so I definitely like to think through different situations, probably how I ended up as a project manager. So obviously in my career, a lot of what I do is trying to think of the different contingency plans of how we're going to react to different things that might happen that probably will happen in engineering, different delays and resource constraints. But even in my own personal life, you know, making sure that I, work out and stay healthy and can be there for my family and have good plans for, making sure that, like my future is financially stable and all that kind of stuff, I think is how I exhibit it just in my own personal life as well. Oh, so it's been pretty short so far, but it's been really great. So I, came from a company that was in a declining industry. And it was nice. I really enjoyed the team I worked with, and I was really afraid to move from that kind of a position because it's really hard to find a company where it's a good niche and people are very friendly and everyone kind of clicks well together and has a really good culture. And I think that moving to Aurelia was a huge step for me because I had finally found that in my career, and I feel like I haven't been let down at all. Really do what I want to do. Like they had explained that I'd be able to wear multiple hats as a project manager, and I think that's very true. I kind of can put my efforts into where I think they're going to make the most impact, and I think that's the most you can really ask for at a company is the autonomy to really make a difference in the way that you think is going to be the most beneficial. Okay, so the fun committee is like such a great idea. So I'm a big fan of The Office, the television show, and it always makes me think of the party planning committee, you know, how they have like just, let's make fun things and do things, keep people engaged and not just feel like they're coming into the office for work. So I think it's the first place I've worked where there's even such a thing as a fun committee. And so it's been a lot of fun to just, especially with COVID and trying to figure out how do we do things virtually? How do we keep people still engaged where they feel like they're still socially connected. So that's been a lot of fun to just, be a part of, I guess. And it's been nice to be able to get to know people in other departments as well. So I think I'm really open. I think everyone gets to see my quirkiness, but I have a lot of weird hobbies. Like, it's funny, actually, Jay, one of the engineers here, him and I have been growing mushrooms recently. Like, he's growing some lion's mane mushrooms. I have pink oysters and shiitake mushrooms at home. I'm really big into growing and doing that kind of stuff, cooking. Like I have a grow tent at home where I grow my herbs during the winter time. I'm a huge gardener in summer. I like to paint. And I really spend a lot of time with family. I've also a lot of animals at home. My husband is a fish keeper, so we have 8 tanks. I have 3 dogs and 3 cats, so I've got a lot going on in my home life. And that's why I think it's so important to work for somewhere that has that balance of, having your life outside of work and then actually having, a good career where you're working and working on interesting things. So it's like, I think it's like a great balance here.